Hey, super scientist. I'm Beverly Owens, and I'm going to be your 8th grade science teacher for Cleveland Innovation. I'm going to quickly walk you through our course, and that way you'll know how to get started. The first module you see in here is how to win at online learning. So this is an introduction to Canvas, and when you view this particular module, it just helps you to walk through Canvas and experience some of the different things that you'll see in Canvas, and also to have a little bit of practice and learn a little bit more about this platform. This is completely optional. If you have prior experience with Canvas, then there's no need to go through this particular module. And if you're taking multiple courses through Cleveland Innovation, then you only need to complete this to familiarize yourself with Canvas in one of your courses. So for example, if you go through this orientation module in math, then there's no need to go through it in science. So again, that's completely optional for the orientation, how to win at online learning. Starting our content, we're going to start with our first unit, Intro to Chemistry. So that's the first one you see here. And what is visible to you right now is just going to be our first section here, our overview, a couple of items that are pertinent to the entire unit, and then Chem 1, describing matter. So these are the things that are accessible to you at the moment. So I'm going to explain to you how we go about completing this course. The materials will be opened up on Monday, and then it will be available for submission all throughout the week, and your items will be due on Friday by midnight. So as you go through Unit 1, the first thing that you see are Unit 1 learning goals. Now the learning goals just gives you kind of an overview of what we're going to be talking about through the entire chapter. On Canvas, you see these little buttons where it says previous or next. You can click next to get to the next item, or you can go back to the home page, either way. So for each of these units, we have kind of a mystery piece to get started. And this one is just a video to help you get started thinking about chemistry and some of the different applications of chemistry. So after you've watched this video, then you can head on to our next page, and we have a discussion post. So for discussion posts, I've got some little tidbits here to help you figure out how to navigate through the discussion posts. You're going to make sure that in your discussion post that you're referring to the image or the prompt, the text, whatever it was that we were looking at for this particular discussion. So this one will be referring to this video on the previous page, and then you're going to post your thoughts. So you need to make sure that your description, your discussion post is a paragraph. So it should be about 4 or 5 sentences that are good sentences. By good sentences, I mean it shouldn't be 2 or 3 words and then a period. It should be a good, solid sentence. And you want to make sure that you address the prompt that you were given. So for this one, we're just looking at what were your thoughts about the video? What did you see happening to the marshmallow? What do you think was actually happening? So this is really just kind of your reaction to this particular video. We use school-appropriate language, and if you are asked to respond, or if you do respond to a classmate's post, make sure that you reply in a respectful and thoughtful manner. So after you have submitted, then you can go on to your next page. So again, you can go back, or you can hit the previous or next button in order to navigate throughout Canvas. So I'm going to show you a couple other items here. So our lab notebooks. So the Intro to Chemistry digital lab notebook is listed right here, and it says it's worth 100 points. So I tried to indent each item that is a submission and assignment worth a particular amount of points. And this one, you are going to view the item, and this is your lab notebook that you're going to be using throughout the entire unit. So once you click on your lab notebook, it's going to make a copy for you, and it will place that in your Google Drive. So if you go back to this link and you continue clicking on this link, you're going to get a bunch of copies of your Intro to Chemistry lab notebook in your Google Drive. Click on it one time, it's going to make a copy for you. It will be placed in your Google Drive. So every time you access that when you are doing your instructional note video, make sure you're going back to your Google Drive and pulling that up to complete your notes. And a good idea for that, kind of a habit to get in, is possibly to have 2 screens up. Maybe to have one screen for your notes and one screen for your video, and that way you can refer back and forth and not have to close a bunch of tabs and search around and that kind of thing. So as you go through listening to your instructional notes video, and this one is particularly Chem 1, that's what we're starting out with, some of these are going to be questions and some of these are going to be fill in the blank, or we'll have a table. So this kind of just varies based on each section that we'll be learning. So this is set up in 2-column notes. You'll fill in the short note section as you listen to the video. You can see that's just about a page or less than a page. And then you'll close that item. Google Drive will automatically save the text that you have typed into your Google Doc. So there's no worry about losing that information. It automatically saves it for you. And then you'll just continue to refer to this throughout the unit as you listen to each new note section. So when you get started with the notes, and this is Chem 1, this will be the first note section that you are learning. This shows you an overview for the week, and it tells you the structure of each of the items that we're going to be doing. So in Chem 1, we're going to be looking at matter, and we're going to talk about atoms and subatomic particles, and that is basically what our Chem 1 notes video is about. Then in each section there is a Quizlet, so I've made multiple Quizlets, and that's to help you practice vocabulary. I have a really fun matter song to listen to, and then there's a quiz at the end of each section. So that's the same structure that we have for every unit. You start off with your overview for that particular section. So here's our overview for Chem 1. Then we have our learning tasks, so our instructional notes video. Then we have a vocabulary Quizlet to help you review those key terms. Some of the vocabulary, you may have a discussion post, or you may have a mastery post to input some information as a result of reviewing your Quizlet. And then there's some kind of review activity, and then your quiz at the end of the unit. And I'll give you a hint, or at the end of each section, I'll give you a hint. If you review your vocabulary Quizlet, you're going to do really well on your quiz. So when you take your assessments, your quizzes, and your test, please make sure that you're not using any additional resources. You should be able to learn this information. This is some easy stuff, and you'll be able to master it really well. So as you progress throughout the unit, you see the same kind of structure in every single section, and this is to keep it consistent. And then when you get to the end of the unit, we have a little wrap it up, and this refers back to our mystery piece from the beginning. So this refers back to that video with the marshmallow we were talking about earlier. Then we have some kind of review activity. Here is your Intro to Chemistry test review Quizlet. I bet that is directly aligned to your Intro to Chemistry test. So when you take your test, it's multiple choice, and it is worth 100 points. There are 20 questions, so it'll be 5 points for each one. So that's the structure of our Canvas course for Cleveland Innovation for your 8th grade science. Please make sure that if you have any questions that you send me a message. You can go to Canvas inbox and you can send a message, and that way I can reply directly to you through Canvas, and all of your assignments will be submitted in Canvas as well. Please let me know if you have any questions. We're going to have a great school year.